Good morning and happy Saturday. It is 7:15 in the morning. I've just got dressed. Andrew's just left for work. I'll have to be setting off about 8 o'clock-ish to get to this speed awareness course, which starts at 9. So that's why I am up and at him. Got to take Charlie out for a walk and have some breakfast. I don't think we'll be going very far because it's already raining. Joy of joys. Yeah, so weather's not been great, and also I've had a bad back. So Thursday night, about 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and my back had seized up, or like I'd got like a trapped nerve or something in my back. So I couldn't get back to sleep. So I got up, took some tablets. Thankfully, because I work from home, I was still able to work. But my back was actually okay during the day on Friday. And then it's sort of my upper back between my shoulder blades. And then once the working day had finished, it started to pain me again. But I've been taking those Cocodamol that my mum gave me, and yeah, they've been working okay. So it's still, I had a better night. I don't know whether you can tell or not, mind you. I had a better night, but it's still there a little bit. So I'm hoping that a morning sitting in the car and sitting at a course isn't going to be. You never know whether you should be sitting on the sofa or keeping active, do you? But I think it's best to try and keep moving a little bit. So yeah. And the other thing is, I have been eating. So since when I got up on Friday morning, I haven't been able to stop eating. So I've probably had about 40-50 sins. I don't even know. Just little bits of chocolate, and not all at once, but just throughout the day. Little bits of chocolate, marshmallows, not biscuits, these Freddo faces, the round, I can't remember what they're called, but they're the round soft sponge things. Anyway, you don't want to know. So I have not had a good Friday, and I just couldn't stop myself. I just don't know what it was. I was working and I was going downstairs and getting things, and that is truly the first time that that's happened. So yeah, on plan October, I went a bit south. So yeah, I'm not going to say it was a binge, because I don't consider myself there are binge eating disorders and things like that, and I was fully aware of what I was doing, and it wasn't all at once, it was spread throughout the day. I still had my meals, but even on my meals, like I was having like that yogurt and mint sauce, and just not bothering to count, or because there's no point in counting. So yeah, not a great day yesterday. But today, because I am filming, and now hopefully I'll maybe feel a bit better, that I'm not going to be lying to you or hiding anything from you. Today I've made a plan. I've got my breakfast, lunch and tea ready. Obviously I'm going to be busy all morning, and then when I come back this afternoon, I'll probably do a recipe or something, just to try and keep myself occupied. Right then, I better get moving because it's now 10 to 7. I've already been talking to you for 5 minutes. And get Charlie out for a short walk and have some breakfast, which I will show you. Well, that walk wasn't too bad. It's actually not raining, it's just wet underfoot, and it's not as windy as last night. What are you doing? Sorry, excuse me, I'll be back. Right, now I've recovered from the devastation of Charlie, it's breakfast. So I have got some porridge. It's the Oh So Simple Big Bowl, which is a healthy extra B. Then I've made that up with my almond milk. So I think there's about 90ml in my coffee and about 100ml in my porridge. You can have the whole litre of this one, Alpro roasted almond unsweetened, for your healthy extra A, whole litre. So as you know, what I usually do is split it between milk and cheese. Please do check other brands of almond milk because all the amounts are different for your healthy extra A. So I've got the porridge, I've got some defrosted fruit in the porridge, strawberries, blueberries, that kind of thing. And then I've got half a sin's worth of this Sweet Freedom dark fruit syrup. Just packing up to get ready to go. The course is scheduled to be 9 until 1. I'm sure they won't be providing lunch or anything, but I thought I would take some lunch and I can eat it before I set off back, or if other people are eating I can eat my lunch, or however it's going to work. Rather than be absolutely starving, I'll take something with me. So I've got a salad in the bottom of my salad box, which is green leaves, tomatoes, red onion and pepper. Then I've got 2 slices of my curry loaf, which I got out to defrost last night. I've got a sticky toffee hi-fi bar for 3 sins and 2 plums. Then I've got some spicy mango chutney, the Crucials one, for half a sin. And I've got a diet lemonade from Sainsbury's, which is free, and my water bottle. And this one is already in his bed, in his little playpen, and Andrew's worked overtime all week so that he can finish early and get back to Charlie as soon as possible. Almost ready to go. As you can see, it's just coming up to 8 o'clock. I think the directions say about 30 to 40 minutes, and the instructions say to arrive 15 minutes early, so by the time I get in the car and program the sat-nav and stuff, I won't be too far off. I wanted to say about the salad box as well, because I've had quite a few questions about that. It is from Amazon. I think it's $4.99, and if you search salad and dressing box, it's the first result. It's a Sistema salad and dressing box. So as I say, Andrew's working, but he's going to finish early to get home for Charlie. The other thing I wanted to say about my eating yesterday was, I know quite a few people have said, how do you ever resist Andrew's treats? I never touched anything of Andrew's. It was all from my sin bag and my sin drawer. Not that it really makes any difference, because I still ate it and I still went way over sins. But it was all from my own sin bag and my own sin drawer. Yeah, so I'm not feeling great about that. I probably won't get the result I want next week, but I'm going to try my hardest now from today to be on plan and maybe pull it back a little bit. But yeah, I better get off and get to this course. I did get here on time. I'm just here at the Holiday Inn in is it Doncaster? Yeah, Doncaster, a Holiday Inn. I got here at 8:45 and I couldn't find my phone. And now you all know what I am like with my belongings. I knew that my phone was in my car because I had it to look up the postcode to put in the sat-nav. So I had to go into the course dead on 9 o'clock because I've been looking for my phone, but I had to go into the course, like running a little bit late. I couldn't find my phone. Came out, just come out at break time and found it down the side of the passenger seat. So yeah, I have my phone. But yeah, it's a really interesting course. There's no chance of filming anything inside the course at all because it's all extremely confidential and they don't want people to share it on social media and things like that. But yeah, so I will try not to get anybody else in the shot, so I just had to turn around then. I will tell you more about it later, but it is really interesting and thought-provoking. I am back home from the course, having driven very safely on the way home, and I will try and find some time to pop back on later and give you a few little tips from the course. But in the meantime, it's 2 o'clock, Andrew's home from work, he's been home a couple of hours, and I am desperate for a coffee and a snack, so I'm just going to have my normal coffee, and then I've got some sweetened quark and a chopped pear. I'm going to have 5 minutes rest now, and then I might think about doing a recipe. Right, I've had my coffee, I've taken some more tablets for my back, and I'm feeling a bit more human again. It's now 20 to 3, so a bit more than 5 minutes have passed, but there we go, that's how things go. So the recipe I'm going to be making and uploading in a separate video is these popcorn bars. Now these were featured on the Tom Kerridge programme Lose Weight for Good, and they've got various different ingredients which I'll go through in the separate recipe, but I thought I'd make these as an alternative to what Andrew made, the Malteser squares, and these are low calorie, diet friendly, is that a word that I want to say? So yeah, look out for this recipe. I will upload it either later this week or sometime in October. Hopefully, well, it's going to be before Halloween and bonfire night, as again those are two really good occasions where you can make something nice that we can all enjoy. So I shall get started and I will show you on this vlog the outcome. My popcorn bars are chilling in the fridge. And I seem to have survived without any chocolate stains on my top or my white cardigan, so that's one good thing. I just thought I'd spend a few minutes talking about my speed awareness course this morning. I'm not going to go into it overly because if you are going on one of these courses, then you need to obviously get the information for yourself and learn from it, and I have definitely learned a few things. So one of the main reasons people gave for speeding was lack of concentration. So I think we all need to concentrate more and be more aware. The biggest thing that I learnt was about speed limits on certain roads and how to help you identify what the speed limit is on certain roads. Of course, you've got all your signs and everything, and apparently there should be a sign every 15 seconds. But if you aren't sure of the speed then that you should be doing, then there are some guidelines. So mainly it's about street lights. The national speed limit on most roads is, for ordinary cars, is 60 or 70. So 60 on a single carriageway and 70 on a dual carriageway or motorway. And you'll know if it's the national speed limit by this sign here. And if you're in a built-up area, it's 30 miles an hour. And you will know that by the presence of street lights. And if there are 3 or more in a series of street lights, then that indicates that it's a built-up area and the speed limit is 30 miles an hour. So you'll notice that NSL stands for National Speed Limit, and it also stands for no street lights. So hopefully that might help you remember. And one of the pieces of guidance they gave was if there are street lights and you're not sure whether it's a 30, 40 or 50 road, then to proceed at 30 miles an hour until you see a sign indicating otherwise. So yeah, lack of concentration was one of the main reasons. There was a lot of emphasis on the accidents and hazard perception and things like that. And the biggest thing I also learnt was the only person responsible for how fast or how slow or the speed of my car is myself, or yourself. So yeah, there's only one person responsible, and that is the driver. The other 2 points I'd like to touch on is my driving licence is very important to me. So of course, if you get a certain amount of speeding points, you will receive a driving ban. But what he also said was, you don't necessarily have to have the 12 points to receive a driving ban. The police or whoever it is can decide to give you a driving ban whether you've got the necessary points or not. So my driving licence gives me so much freedom. It's enabled me to attend a Slimming World group, attend a gym, because I live out in the country and the bus service is dire. So I would be very, very limited if I didn't have a car. And it's given me so much independence. And also, I think we think of a driving licence like a reference. The teacher or the instructor gave an example. Sorry, Charlie's chewing the table. Go away. He gave an example. He said, imagine if your young child or your child was part of a football club and playing in a football club and driving to away matches and so on and so forth, and one of the parents asked you, can you take young James, my child, with your child for the next 2 away matches? And you of course say yes, because we're driving anyway. And so you take James and your own son to the next 2 away matches, and then the parent comes back to you and says, I can do the next 2 away matches because my driving ban has been lifted. What would your reaction be to that? I think you'd probably think twice about the quality of their driving and how safe they would then drive, knowing that they've had a driving ban. So yes, it's like a reference. So yeah, for me, it's important for my independence, and it's important as a sign of how I'm viewed by other people, whether I have a driving licence or not, or whether I've had a driving ban. And the accident statistics are roughly, because I can't remember the exact statistics, in Britain in 12 months, about 1,500 people were killed in accidents, about 2,500 were seriously injured or had life-changing injuries, and over 25,000 suffered some kind of injury, and apparently that doesn't include whiplash injuries. So I think that's very sobering to think of over a 12-month period just in Britain. And apparently worldwide, someone is injured or dies every 5 seconds due to a car accident. So yeah, some things for you to think about there, and to keep an eye on the speedometer. And one last thing is an acronym, which I think is the word for where you have some letters and they all stand for something. So the word is COAST, and the most important things to think about are concentration, which I've said. So concentrate on your driving, concentrate on your surroundings, make sure you're having a wide range of vision. Remember, when you passed your driving test, you had to pass a sight test. I think, is it 20 or 30 metres, where you have to read the number plate. So that's how far ahead you should be looking. and the further away you're looking, the wider your range of vision is. And that leads on to the next word, which is observation. So observe what's around you, observe the hazards, observe the people, observe the signs. And the next important word is anticipation. So anticipate that something could cross the road, something could be around the corner, something could be coming out of an entrance, there could be a level crossing coming up for a train or whatever. So anticipation, and slow down your speed in time. That's about anticipation. The next point is space. So remember your 2-second rule. Actually, there was a good saying about the 2-second rule. Just a minute. I found it now. So, of course you can, the 2-second rule, you use it by something like a street light or street furniture, like telegraph poles or something, and when the car in front of you passes a certain item of street furniture, you then start counting or start saying this saying to time that you are 2 seconds behind the driver in front. And what they suggest, of course you can say 0, 1, 2, or 1 elephant, 2 elephant, or something like that, but they advised saying once the car in front has passed the telegraph pole, to say only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. And then obviously you'll have passed, if you pass the street furniture by the time you finish saying that, then you are 2 seconds behind. So that's a really good thing, and that gives you your space and your reaction time. And that leads on nicely to T for time. So you will need plenty of time to react to what's going on in front of you. So I hope those little pointers and those little things that I've said have been helpful for you. Let's all try and improve our driving. I'm just out with Charlie, and I hope it's not too windy, but while we're on a not busy stretch of the walk, I just thought I'd touch on what happened yesterday with the eating. Sorry, the wind is probably going to sound much worse on the video. It's actually still quite sunny as well. The sun's at that level where you need your sunglasses. So yeah, like I say, I kept picking at things yesterday, and there's no excuse, there's no reason. I could be due on my period, it is about that time, but then again I've gone 2 years dealing with my monthly cycle without turning to food. So I'm not looking for excuses or reasons. What I'm going to do is just try and move on in a positive way. I think part of it was I was a little bit hungry. At one point I did go and cook some sausages and eat sausages mid-morning. But I also ate, like I say, chocolates and little extra bits on my meals, and I couldn't really tell you for definite how many sins I went over, but I ate quite a bit, just picking at little bits and bobs and not really caring. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on. I won't be having less sins, although if it happens that will be good. Being at a target weight is definitely proving harder to deal with. Yeah, I'll have to stop because I'm coming to the main road now. But yeah, being at target is proving harder for me to deal with mentally, because there's always a little voice, like Jane Day was saying the other week, there's always something saying, oh go on Debbie, just eat that, have a treat, you deserve it, you're at target now. And maybe it is time to think that I can't have a bag of sin treats. You know, I can't have that available to me. But today I've been on plan, and I plan to be on plan all week. So I may do little food diaries every day as well as recipes. Let me know if that's something you'd like to see, just to help me, because it definitely helps being honest and doing vlogs. I would like at least half a pound loss this week to get me to my lowest recorded weight, so I need to do some pulling back. But if I don't get that loss, then that's okay as well, because hopefully I'll still be in my target range. Yeah, so I'm just going to try and address it in a positive way, try and plan more, keep all the treats hidden away, and keep coming on to chat to you guys, keep the meals filling and healthy, and keep busy with the vlogs and the recipes, and not fixating, not thinking, oh, there's a couple of little chocolates in there that I could just eat. Having more things, having more free food and things to snack on maybe is another way of tackling it. Right, I better get on with this walk so I can burn some more calories. Evening meal is butterfly chicken breast and chips. So I've got a muscle food chicken breast which I've butterflied and fried in lemon juice, fry light, and barbecue flavouring. Then I've got half a sin's worth of the Crucials barbecue sauce. I've got a cheese slice which is going towards my healthy extra A allowance, potato and carrot chips and salad, the usual green leaves, cucumber, peppers and tomatoes and red onion. So half a sin there. And then I've got the other half of the sweetened quark with some defrosted strawberries, so that is free, and a sugar-free Vimto. Right, it's just about 7:30 and it's time for our evening snacks. So this is the Tom Kerridge popcorn bar that I made earlier. On the website it says it's 90 calories per slice. So for me, I'm going to count that as 4.5 sins. So I've got 2 pieces there, this one's all broken. So there's, I'll say 10 sins, and an easy peeler with my usual coffee. I think I've had about 4.5 sins in the rest of the day, so I end on 15 sins and 9,600 steps. As you can see, Andrew's going to try a slice as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.